I'm a happy guy today. Why? Because we're driving a brand new sedan and not another SUV. Now we know that sedans are a dying breed. But according to Skoda, people do want sedans, but they just haven't had something that's blown their socks off. But now they do. This. This is the all-new Skoda Slavia. And it's going to be an uphill competition for the Slavia because it's got to deal with the best-selling Honda City, the feature-loaded Hyundai Verna, and a lot of similarly priced SUVs. So does the Slavia have what it takes to be the best in its segment? Let's find out. But before we go ahead, I'd like to request you for 4 things. Like the video, comment on it with your views, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Now talking about the design, you know that this is unmistakably a Skoda. You can immediately relate to its predecessor, the Rapid, and the Slavia just looks like a more bigger, more matured version of it. Now starting with the front, taking center stage is this brand new hexagonal grille. So you get these vertical slats in the center, and you also get this nice thick chrome surround around it to add a dash of premiumness. Flanking the grille on either sides are these crystalline LED headlamps that are similar to the Kushaq. You also get these L-shaped DRLs, which look quite nice, but again, pretty similar to what you see in the Kushaq. Moving further below, you get this honeycomb effect in the air dam. You also get a dash of chrome on the fog light housing. Overall, the front looks quite arresting. It's a handsome design. Now let's check out the sides. Now moving to the sides, you notice the sporty profile. Now it's not as sporty as what you get in the coupe-ish Verna, but it's slightly more sportier than what you see in the Honda City. You also get plenty of cuts and creases all along, and some extra detailing in that form of that Fender badge in the front with the Skoda emblem on it, and this chrome outline on the C-pillar. Adding further pizzazz are those dual-tone 16-inch wing alloy wheels. Now whether you like them or not, do let us know in the comments. Now since we're talking about the sides, let me show you something very important. You can check the wheel gap here. That's an indication of long travel suspension. Now let me show you something even more important. Now, I don't know if you can notice that, but that's a huge amount of ground clearance, 179 mm to be exact. Now that is not only more than all the sedans out there in the market, but that's on the same level as most SUVs out there. That's just insane. Now moving to the back, it's a relatively plain Jane rear, but you still get that crystalline effect on the split LED tail lamps, and you also get the Skoda badge running across the boot. Now overall, the Slavia is a handsome looking car, but what do you think? Does it look better than the Honda City and the Hyundai Verna? Do let us know in the comments below. Alright, now let's talk about the interiors. Now the moment you get inside the cabin, the first thing that you notice is this gorgeous 2-spoke steering wheel. Not only does it look fantastic, but it's great to hold and feel as well. And it really adds to the wow factor inside. Getting to the dashboard, the two-tone dashboard, it's designed well, and what really adds to the premiumness is this piano black finish and this matte gold strip that runs across the dashboard. Now, I really like it, but it can be a hit or a miss.
What is definitely a hit is the 10-inch infotainment system, which sits in a slightly protruded area and looks great. The instrument console gets a piano black surround, and on the inside gets an 8-inch virtual cockpit, which gets nice sharp graphics and a bunch of information. Also, like on the outside, you get small details on the inside as well, like the Skoda brand on the side of the instrument console.
Now talking about the seats, these are pretty comfortable, and you've got the right amount of support as well. The steering wheel, it's adjustable for rake and reach, so you get the ideal driving position quite quickly. Now the seats, they also get cooling function, and what is interesting is that they get height adjustment for the co-passenger seat as well.
At the rear, you get plenty of legroom, and the backrest angle is also just right. What isn't is the under thigh support, which could have been better. The width too is similar to what you get in the Kushaq, but more on rear seating when we test the car later. Boot space is one of the major highlights of the Slavia. What you see here is 521 liters of boot space, which is more than what you get in the city and a lot more than what you get in the Verna. But that's not all. The Slavia has another ace up its sleeve. These seats fold, which increases the capacity to a massive 1050 liters, which is just as much as you get in most SUVs. Features is an important part of any car's arsenal, and the Slavia is as loaded as it gets. The list includes the 10-inch infotainment system, virtual cockpit, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless phone charging, ambient lighting, ventilated leather seats, electric sunroof, 8-speaker surround sound system with a subwoofer, air purifier and more. On the safety front, the Slavia comes with 6 airbags, ABS with ESC, electronic brake force distribution, electronic differential lock, multi-collision brake, hill hold, tire pressure monitoring system and brake disc wiping.
Now, talking about engine and performance, the Slavia gets powered by the same engines that you also find in the Skoda Kushaq. So you get a 1 litre and a 1.5 litre TSI engine with automatic and manual gearbox options. What we're driving here is the 1 litre TSI with a 6-speed manual gearbox. You can also have this with a 6-speed torque converter.
With 114 bhp and 175 Newton meters on tap, the Slavia feels peppy enough for daily driving situations. Response is immediate and overtaking traffic is a quick affair. It's refined too, and with 175 Newton meters of torque available from pretty low in the power band, the 1 litre TSI goes about its business calmly. But try heavy footing it and you realize the 3-cylinder motor runs out of breath. Revving this motor isn't a rewarding experience, and low and mid-range performance is its forte. We have driven this engine in the Polo and in the Kushaq, and it feels similar in the Slavia as well. Skoda claims a 0 to 100 km/h time of 10.7 seconds, which is quick but something we will verify once we test the car. Also, at higher revs, the refinement starts waning and the engine takes on a gruff note. Unlike the Honda City's naturally aspirated engine, which revs like no tomorrow, the Slavia just isn't as rev happy. For those looking for more performance, one can always opt for the 1.5 litre engine. The 6-speed manual gearbox goes about its job seamlessly. Shifts are positive and the throws are short and sporty. The clutch pedal though runs a little deep, but the clutch feel is progressive. The Slavia also comes with stop-start technology, which according to Skoda aids fuel efficiency. The Slavia returns a claimed 18.07 km per litre, which is phenomenal, but then expect the figures to reduce under normal driving conditions. Again, something that we will test soon. Let's get to the ride quality now. Like all Skodas, the ride quality is firm and at slow speeds you do feel the bumps. But as the speeds get higher, the Slavia rides flat on undulations and the ride quality improves considerably. With 179 mm of ground clearance, will the Slavia roll in the corners, or have Skoda managed to get it right? Indeed, they have. The suspension balance is spot on, and the Slavia corners flat. What also helps is the steering, which feels direct and has enough weight to inspire confidence. Pushing it hard into the corners, there is understeer, but the ESP isn't overtly intrusive and allows you to correct your line. Overall, the Slavia is a fun car to drive.
Now, as a product, the Slavia is excellent. It's got the looks, it's got the features, the 1 litre turbo petrol offers good performance, and should you want more, you get the choice of 1.5 litre turbo petrol as well. Now, it's also very practical since it's got SUV rivaling boot space and ground clearance. But will that be enough to pull in SUV buyers and make the Slavia the king of the sedan segment? Well, for that, Skoda really needs to shake up the segment and price the Slavia right. Now, the product is already excellent, like I mentioned before, but what will make it a guaranteed success is an aggressive price tag. Now, as the prices come out today, the 1 litre variant will be available in 3 trims, and we expect prices to start at around 10.5 lakhs, which should undercut the Honda City. But can Skoda do better and pull a rabbit out of the hat? Well, that's something that remains to be seen.